everyone, it's Isabel here, and I am very, very, very excited, and I couldn't wait to record this. I have literally just opened the door to the DHL man. This should be a Kickstarter that I'd had notification was being delivered. They've, the people who've done this Kickstarter have been fantastic with all their updates and with all their delivery notifications, and they got some support from a fellow shop to help ship these out. It's come in a plastic envelope, not a box, or anything like that, but that's absolutely fine. I'm not a great fan of plastic, but this is coming from Singapore, so to be perfectly honest, anything's to keep it safe. And then inside is my parcel wrapped in bubble wrap. Oh, so exciting. This is a little thank you card. So these are the guys, EK Mineral Haven, who've helped the Kickstarter to be shipped overseas. I'm just going to knot some nice bubble wrap, and in the bubble wrap is this beautiful package. Let's get rid of the bubble wrap. And in here should be the hybrid tarot. So the hybrid tarot I saw on Kickstarter just at a time when I'd suddenly become intrigued by Lenormand. Now I have to admit that my foray into Lenormand hasn't really started properly. I got myself a couple of decks, I've got myself a book, I've got a notebook, and I do want to study it, but I've had quite a busy few weeks and months with work, and my husband's been really busy and my brain's just been overwhelmed. So I still want to do it, but this should be an exciting alternative as well. So what have we got in here? Okay, so can't find my way in. That's not a good start, is it? So I can't remember what level I went for on the Kickstarter now. I wouldn't have gone for the very highest level, wouldn't been able to afford it. So okay, so we've got the, oh my god, this bag is beautiful. This is one of the stretch goals. Oh, I wish you had touch vision. This bag is so soft. It's gorgeous. I think I'm just going to hold this forever. And it has got on it the most beautiful design. Right, so that's the bag with the deck. This should be the layout cloth, which again looks really lovely and tied with the ribbon, and this is the guidebook. So the hybrid tarot is a tarot Normand and Oracle based deck by Yunjin Liang and Justin Saw, illustrated by Wendy Yu. May your readings be filled with messages of healing, clarity and uplifting energies. Isn't that so sweet? So the guidebook tells you about the Oracle deck. So it's a 43 card deck themed on their interpretations of how they think tarot and Lenormand can work together. They've used lots of deities, masters, angels, guardians in here. So they've used the symbolism of the RWS, and they sort of looked at how they could incorporate the Lenormand system in the tarot card. So they saw the Hierophant had keys and the Temperance has iris flowers, so they kind of looked at those. So they've kind of mixed them together. So what they've done is they've got, so what they've done is a single element card for each of the suit of minor cards. So 22 arcana, so the full 22 arcana, 16 court cards, but then 4 element cards, so you don't get the ace to 10. They've just incorporated as elements. They've then also incorporated elements of LGBTQ relationships, so additional cards to describe concepts. So basically you get 36 standard plus 2 LGBTQ representation of 4 additional cards, so that's 42 cards. They did try and make it 78 but decided it wasn't worth it. There's a how to use this deck spreads. So yeah, so they've got some suggestions for different spreads. So you've got a tarot spread, a Lenormand spread and an oracle and steps for those. Then they've got an index of cards sorted by tarot system, so that's actually really cool. So basically, you know, they've got card number 1 is the Fool, but in Lenormand you've got the Dog, and the Oracle is Lord Ganesha. And then it's also got astrological symbolism. This is really nice actually to have this at on a single page, so that you can actually see it all laid out and don't have to hunt for it. They've got it sorted by Lenormand system, they've got it alphabetical order by Oracle. And then it looks like on each page I'm going to get a picture of the card in full colour. The writing's not massive, but that's not a huge problem for me. It might be for some people though, it is quite small. So you've got a picture of the card, you've got its relationship in terms of the oracle, so the deity or the master. You've got the tarot relationship, so this one's the magician, and what the Lenormand is, and an oracle message. So it's kind of really quite, I think it's really intriguing and really cool the way they've brought them together. I don't think everybody will like it. I get that. I don't think everybody will. And I know that because I'm only just learning, people might think, well, you're going to get confused. But I actually just quite like the idea of, I like Lenormand for its simplicity and for its messages where you don't have to dive too far into the cards. They are what they are. And, you know, being able to see that in tarot as well is really nice. And I just like the way it relates to deities and things. So yeah, so that's really cool. So you've got right through those major arcana and the elements as well. And then there's actually a joker card, which basically is, looks like you can use it how you want. I'll have to look at that. Overlapping card series. So some of the cards look like they work together and can be blended. So you've got cards that match together. What I might do actually is I'll have a flip through, and then I'll map some of these out with the actual cards so you can see them. A take on who's when using the system, the tarot, some really interesting stuff there. Oracle cards, spreads, elements. This is really cool. So here they've got like some of the house and some of the astrology. So it talks about the different summer and the body, and it's some really cool things. So what's really nice is that they've actually given us some idea of different ways you can use them, not just the traditional way. And then you've got your grand tableau, and it says personal take. I think that's really nice because it makes you realise that it's their idea. So this is really good because I think there's some really good workbooky type things here. The authors and the illustrator are here. So as I say, the only criticism I've got is that the writing is quite small. I do like the fact it's on one page for a lot of this. I love how kind of practical this looks, so I think that's going to be really good. Now I'm working on the plastic bag here, which is really annoying, so let's get rid of that. So we also have a beautiful cloth, and they've tried to make this cloth. If I remember from the website, the idea with the cloth was that it incorporated all these elements as well. So this is silky smooth. It's like a satiny feel, but it feels sturdy as well. Beautiful. Oh, colours. Okay, so I'm sorry you're not going to see the whole thing, but what you've basically, I've got here is I've got the grand tableau, by the looks of it, but it's every single card. So it's got the grand tableau, but it also has some space in the middle where you can look at the different elements and the elemental cards at the bottom. So if I remember rightly, you can use this with all the different systems in different ways. So that's really beautiful. I'll have to spread it out and take a picture of it. So that's cool. Making a mess, making a mess. Oh, so exciting. Do you know what? This is just going to sit like everything else at the moment, and I want to read it. I am a working mum. My husband's been really busy, and so life tends to get in the way. Sorry, I tend to ramble as well while I'm doing things, and there we go. So there's the cloth. So I've got a thank you card, I've got a cloth, I've got the beautiful book, and then, oh, so soft. As I say, I didn't go for the highest level on Kickstarter. You know, I didn't want to spend an absolute bomb. I think some of it was stretch goals as well, so that's cool. And in here is the deck. Now, this is in a tuck box. They have actually put an ebook as well, so I might scan that, because although I've got that book, then I can have it on my phone or something. The most beautiful thing about this box is, look here, on the, oh, is it not going to focus on the tuck is a little crystal, so that you've got something to hold on to when you open. And how easy did that open? That is so exciting. So yeah, so I'm not a massive fan of tuck boxes, but they have sent a bag, and actually, as tuck boxes go, that's really sturdy. So these are probably smaller than standard tarot. They're certainly smaller. The one I've got closest to me at the moment is the Affirmators, which is actually bigger anyway. But look at that. Pudding. It's not as small as a standard traditional Lenormand, and not as big as a tarot. I do know they were putting some limited cards in for the Kickstarter. So we'll come back to those in a minute. The backs. So the backs are reversible. They've got unicorns. Oh, me and this camera. Sorry, folks. So the backs are reversible. You've got your unicorn, you've got your pattern. Nice and simple. The cardstock is good and sturdy. It's got some flex to it. So it's got a little bit of flex. I currently am mostly an overhand shuffler. These are nice in the hand. They almost feel like playing cards. You can see. And yeah, they're not, you could pay more to get them gilded, but I figured that that wasn't something I needed to pay out for. The only slightly miscut a little bit, there's a bit of a misalignment here. Let me just see what's going on. I think that one of the limited edition cards has been slightly miscut there, but never mind. It's not a thick chunky deck, because obviously there are not 78 cards. Okay, so let's have a look at the cards. I'm just going to drop the camera down. I'm going to get better at this. I have the most ridiculous arm on this camera. So let's have a look. Okay, so we've got our, where are we? We've got our Fool. 0, Lord Ganesha. They've also put the 10 of Hearts here and dog. So you've got your dogs, you've got Ganesha, you've still got the mountain, so you've still got some of the symbolism there of the Fool. This gives you your Oracle element, and this gives you your Lenormand element. Okay, so here's the Magician. The Magician is Saint-Germain. Just trying to work out how it's best for you to see these. So you've got Saint-Germain. This is bouquet, so there's your bouquet of flowers. Magician, so what have we got here? Well, he's sort of playing with elements and things. High Priestess. So here you go, the High Priestess. You've got your elements, you've got your moon, you've got, this is Isis and Bastet. So there's your Oracle and books. She's reading a book. Obviously, High Priestess would have a book. So there's your Empress. She's also recognised as the lady. She's got the elements of the Empress, the world, the flowers, the femininity. And that's Parvati Tridevi. I'm going to apologise to anybody if I say any of these wrong. Oh, these are so cool. I'm loving these cards. These are beautiful cards. They're very simple. I like the fact that the writing is very simple. I like the fact that the colours are just so... they're not cartoonised. Is that a word? So this one's Trimurti, which is Gentleman, or the Emperor. We've got the Hierophant, so you're the teacher. I can't... Sorry, the focus isn't great. Here you've got the Vitruvian Man. Let me just see if I can get that to focus. There There we go. Sorry, bouncy camera. So you can see the Vitruvian Man. So, like it says, it's got the keys there, so this becomes keys. They reuse Saint-Germain. So they did say that they've used some of the masters and things more than once. The lovers, Eros and Psyche, of course. So what I really love as well is that there's no, like, unnecessary nudity. Sometimes I get fed up with cards where it's just, like, really obvious. Tree. Oh dear, can't see it. Need to get better at this. Lord Shiva. He's on his chariot. And use crossroads with the chariot. You've got Goddess Sekhme. That's going to be wrong. So that's your bear. So it's your strength. So you've got a bear and a goddess. And also, look, your Sphinx is like a lion in the background. How cool is that? I might just leave these on the pile, actually. You can't see the Hermit. Oh my god, that's going to be one of my favourite Hermit cards. Look at that. Metatron and Merlin on the mountain. That has got to be one of my favourite Hermits ever. The wheel. Now that has slight little resemblances to the colour of the wheel and the light seers, actually. Using birds there. We've got Anchor or Goddess Mat, which is justice. So there's your balance scales. God blimey, I'm useless with this camera today, aren't I? Mary Magdalene is the Hanged Woman. And mice at the bottom. They have, yeah, elements of like crucifixion, or everyone knows the Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe, where they came and they nibbled the ropes of the lion. Probably nothing to do with it, but hey, it says that to me a little bit. So here we've got Death, and this is the Archangel Azrael. But the scythe, so someone's had their head cut off with a scythe. How delightful. Here's Temperance. There we go, Archangel Raphael. We've got your lilies, so they've created a bed of lilies in this one. So, oh, look at that one. Lord Maitreya is the sun. There's not much more you can say about that, really, is there? The sun is the sun. Now you've got the devil. You've got that temptation. Archangel Michael with the whip of the devil. So much thought has gone into these. Now this card had a little bit of controversy, if I remember rightly. But this is the Tower. And obviously that could be quite emotive for some people. So apologies, you know, if that's triggering for anybody. Yeah. Mother Mary is the star, of course. How beautiful. Sobek and Wet. No, I've probably said that wrong. Ah, for the moon. And you know, you've got your dogs there. Osiris, Anubis for judgment, and they've located that to the coffin. So like in the pyramids. Back to India now. Lord Ganesha's making another appearance, and he's coming in the world and in rings. So now we're on to the this court cards. So as I say, there are no ace to tens. There are the courts though. So you've got Page of Wands. So here you've got your fieriness. They've put the children in that one, so that's child. You've got your Knight of Wands, who's the Monkey King with the clouds in the air. So again, there's the fire coming through. The Queen of Wands is the Goddess Kali, who's also a lady. I think that means, you know, you can have different ladies, different gentlemen. So for example, you know, there we go, there's Trimurti as another gentleman, as the King of Wands. So you've got repetition of some of the lenormand elements here. Fishes as Jesus Christ as the Page of Cups Fisher of Men. That's really sweet. And we've got the water element, so you've got the Knight of Cups Triton, who's a rider, so he's riding under the water, under the seahorse. Goddess Quashin, the Heart, Queen of Cups. King of Cups is Noah and his ship, or otherwise known as an ark, but never mind. But again, the water in the floods. Now we're on to our swords. So we've got our Men Shen, Page of Swords and House here. Unite of Swords, San Longinus and Cross. Goddess Athena for the Queen of Swords with a snake in the Medusa hair sort of style. And Thoth as the King of Swords. Whoopsie. Hecate is the Page of Pentacles with the clover. I could have said that wrong again, apologies. Knight of Pentacles, Nine-tailed Fox, so that becomes Fox. Stork for the Queen of Pentacles with the Goddess Noir, so the stork association with the area. And King of Pentacles is Hercules in a garden fighting with the stag. Now we've got our element cards. So we've got a Phoenix for fire, and this becomes motivation. We've got the Archangel Gabriel for water and feel. We've got Pegasus himself for air. So obviously Pegasus is a key symbol on this. Then we've got Earth Angel Uriel, which is action. Then there's a Joker card, which I need to learn more about. And then these were the Kickstarter limited edition cards, which are quite cool as well. Although what I'm going to do with them, I don't know. But anyway, so that's a flip through of the cards. So that's the hybrid Tarot Lenormand Oracle deck. I think that's going to be really interesting to understand. I am really excited by the book, and I really like the colours and this, and I hope you do too. Do leave any comments. Once I get used to using it, I may well do some more videos to show how I'm using it. I can't remember if they're going to bring it out. I think they are, so just keep an eye. I have to say that although it came from Singapore, they told me they're dispatching, and I seem to remember everything was pretty reasonable price wise. But I hope you've enjoyed that, and I look forward to hearing if anyone else has received this deck and what you think. But for now, thanks.